Not only was having money a requirement to vote in Australia back in the past, but also the richer you were, the more votes you got. Voting used to be restricted to not just men aged 21 and older who were white and British, but they also had to own or rent a property of a certain value. So if you had a really cheap house because you were poor, that still meant you could not vote. On top of this was plural voting, which meant that for every area that you had an expensive enough property, that gave you a vote in that state election. That meant that some landlords managed to have 30 or even 40 votes in a state election. Plural voting was generally abolished by the early 1900s, but in some states that property requirement persisted. It took until the 1960s before property requirements were abolished for voting in the Western Australia's upper house, the Legislative Council. Now, regardless if you're rich or poor, everyone gets the exact same amount of votes. 1.